أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واجتباكم بقدرته. So alhamdulillah, we have now started volume 4 of the Adab-i Finay-i Muqarraban by Jawadi. And the first line of that, which is a continuation of our discussion, is وَاجْتَبَاكُمْ بِقُدْرَتِهِ, and with his power he chose you. وَاجْتَبَاكُمْ, ijtiba is a past tense verb from the root of jim be ye, which means to gather. It also has in its meaning to protect something from scattering. Okay, so you can imagine gathering and protection. The scholars of language have also said it means to gather with selection, and some have said it means to select the very best of things. So this is the meaning which Agha Jawadi says is the closest to the truth of the word, to gather something chosen very carefully and very selected. بقدرته, qudra or qudrat from the root qadar, which has a variety of meanings including amount, value, extent, majesty. When someone wants to do something, they think about the extent and method of that, and hence this came to mean power or strength to do something. When it's used for Allah, it will always be together with His wisdom, His flawless planning, and His mercy. Allah is not such a being that He has to first plan and then, no, this is all within this one word, all of that is contained within it. Yes, He has wisdom, He is flawless, and He is merciful, and therefore He has qudra, which reflects all of this automatically. So here what we are saying is that the Imams are Allah's chosen ones, because the whole of creation manifests and shows the power of Allah, isn't it? How did everything come into being? Allah created it. So obviously He had the power to create, therefore He created. So anything you look at shows and manifests the power and the qudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has the power to create, is able to create whatever we may think something is big and small. For Him, a mosquito is the same as a galaxy. There is no big and small for Him. He has the power to create anything and everything. But there are times when He wants to draw our attention to something for extra emphasis or respect, and therefore He uses certain terms about His ability and His power. In 38:75, He says, قَالَ يَا إِبْلِيسْ مَا مَنَعَكَ أَن تَسْجُدَ لِمَا خَلَقْتُ بِيَدَيَّ. Subhanallah. He said, O Iblis, what prevents you from prostrating before that which I have created with my own two hands? Allah doesn't have hands. He doesn't have one, two, three, or a million. It doesn't matter. But what He's saying here is that I want to draw attention to this particular being and show respect and show honor to this being, and therefore I am using the terms خَلَقْتُ بِيَدَيَّ. I created with my two hands. Hence, any creation that is chosen by Allah for any kind of responsibility is done so with the power of Allah, and therefore it gets the respect of Allah, it gets the honor of Allah, and we should therefore also respect and honor it. Now we come on to the Imams of Ahlul Bayt. What position and what thing have they been given? Imagine they have been given the responsibility to continue the message of Rasulullah and to represent Allah. Can there be anything greater and more magnificent than this? Can there be any responsibility or office or directive than to represent Allah and to do what Allah wants you to do and to manifest Him and to continue the message of Hazrat Adam until Khatam, and then from Khatam and beyond? And hence their appointment is very important and special, and therefore their appointment is given a special mention along with the power of Allah. In other words, to conclude, the position of the Imams is so lofty and their selection is so immense and mighty that it must be mentioned with such terms as we are doing here, which is the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.